Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to Myanmar Review and Repaired. This is our English program. So we'll be speaking this part in English. Those of you who don't have enough English or who are not interested in English, you can turn it off and go home. And I will be speaking all in English this program. As I said since last program, English program is intended for international communities across the world who can read and write and understand English, as well as those who live in outside of Myanmar, who are Myanmar people living outside of Myanmar. So this is the English program. So as earlier, I post one live show that was in Myanmar, and it's this subject will be similar to that. This is English. So today's program, I will be sharing you some information or some knowledge. You can say knowledge about American politics. There are some live broadcast across many channels, Fox, CNBC, PBN, and even YouTube. There are live shows. If you want to learn English in politics, it is a good chance and free only for your telephone bill, those of you in Myanmar. So this is a good experience, and as we are living in the U.S., so there are certain things very educational for us about the political culture in the U.S. So these days, like these 2-3 days, they are like holding hearing sections for those secretaries of Defense, Secretary of Defense, and Secretary of DEI, Environment and Irrigation, and also like a Department of Director of FBI, for Director of CIA or National Security. Those hearings, for those officers. Yeah, it's quite interesting to see those people live, live show. Yeah, those are very tough questions. Some people are really mean and evil questions. Some people throw out. So let's organize certain things one subject after another. Let me. I will try my best. I'll do my best to organize those topics and those subjects in the presentation as clean and organized as I can. So the past subject is about those, honestly, the system and the experience of becoming a leader in each department. It is quite different from where I was from, originally Myanmar, or Burma, as President Donald Trump said. I watched last night live. It was saying live. I don't know if it's in real time or not. He was saying about Myanmar, the 45 million US dollars for diversity scholarship fund, 45 million US dollar. He blocked it. I didn't hear it is cancelled or it is reversed or it is honestly terminated. He said, yeah, it is blocked. So blocked means it is still there but not releasing as intended yet. But it might be released sometime after confirming who will receive those benefits, those donations, or those honestly, grants. So, but my point, the process and the culture to become a leader is quite, honestly, demanding, quite demeaning as well, from the side of those question throwers. But mostly the senators. The senators ask questions, many questions. They want to know, or they want to be clear, or sometimes they want to protect for their interests. I shouldn't say for their interest, but it is like indirectly in their interest, personal interest or public interest. I don't discriminate those things. Yeah. Anyway, for their interest, related to them. So, like in America, it's quite educational for me because I'm coming from Myanmar originally. So I studied some books, but not in school for my private study. I studied some books about U.S. Constitution as well as the U.S. some departments, release books. Just recently, Donald Trump, honestly, declassified the files related to JFK and MLK, Martin Luther King, MLK. So those files he declassified. So all files will be coming out, I hope. There are still some bureaucracy in there, red tape in there. I don't know how far it can go. But yeah, I saw earlier in my earlier Burmese section. Yeah, there are many people in many different from different background, from different affiliations. Yeah, throughout different questions. Yeah, some questions are really common sense, just verifying the candidate's qualifications, his capabilities, his experience, as well as his, honestly, knowledge and his commitment, yeah, to the position he will be sitting in. Those are common sense questions. Yeah, but without those questions being asked and without being confirmed about those questions, it's difficult to sit there and then to handle those and then to lead, to lead the direction to which America want to go. So yeah, there are so many questions. There are some really interesting personals in there. Yeah, different personalities, different backgrounds, different ethnic groups. As I said, like maybe I have said that last time. Tammy Duckworth, I'll call Tammy. Yeah, her face looks like Chinese, Korea, or Japan, or somewhere from Oriental, like East Asia. And I'm not discriminating here for her ethnic or for her face or for her skin or anything. But the question, I'm going to talk about her questions. So mean. But if it should be mean, it is okay to be mean. But some questions, in common sense, if I put in test of the common sense, these are beyond some kind of bias, obsessed with something, attached to something. That is how I feel while listening to those sections. My point to English speaking community, who are interested in listening to this, is that I feel like pretty much current this situation that sometimes in organizing, like a formal going, sometimes seems like quite chaotic. For example, yesterday or the day before yesterday, I heard the Kennedy session. In the back, one time they exploded with so loud noises, and the chairman has to maintain order. Bam, 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 not 3-4 times, almost about 10 seconds. He keep beating controlling the order. maintaining the order. It's quite crazy, you know. Yeah, the question, asking that question, answering it, and even arguing, that sounds to be okay. But that kind of, exploding is not really, yeah, with so much noises and dissents in the back. That's, yeah, I mean, quite unusual. So there are, I see those kind of things. But in Myanmar, the culture was not in that form. They pick up somebody and they just put it there with this mostly from military background. And then, the corruption, no need to say, no question to ask. Close to 100% corruption. Close to 100% corruption. Even those well known for non-corruption and honest and ethical, honestly, leaders, township level, and like a state level, and even national level, some even well known for honesty and their honestly integrity. It's not clean. I personally have experience in there. We means my friends and me, doing a partnership in there, and like investments, trying to make some investments as much as we can. When after Thein Sein's government, studying in Thein Sein's government, because President Thein Sein paid a visit to U.S., met with President Obama, and then Myanmar was really looked at as a becoming, like a kind of the dawn of the day, the rising sun, kind of, the light can be seen now. The light is coming up, opening the door, transparent. And at that time, since that time, yeah, I visited back to Myanmar with my friend to explore the opportunities, yeah, for investment. Of course, that is business, I would say mutual benefits, yeah, and as well as, we want to make contributions, yeah, in the areas we can, because I'm from Myanmar originally, and my friend loves Myanmar people, uh, especially because of me. I have close relationship with him, and we work with him, and I did some works when I was in Japan. So we did investments. We did investments in Myanmar. Like from small projects to really big projects. Really big means really not to the billion US dollar level, but over 100 million US dollar projects. Yeah, we were in the process. But from that experience, what I found out is quite corrupt, as I said. Even people say this person is clean, but it's not really clean. So terrible. One time, I said to my friend, business partner, that, if this is the place, yeah, he is so serious and anxious to be trapped in the illegal activities, and doesn't want to appear on the on the front page of the newspaper, this guy, that kind of thing. We want to avoid that, and we maintain our integrity, our ethnic, and we also, do our best to follow U.S. laws in business as well as the constitutional and legal laws. That's why it is very hard and very challenging to move forward from step to step, another step, because we cannot bribe, we cannot get involved in corruption activities. So those, who are comfortable in those environment, under those circumstances, they move faster than us. They pass over us. So the point I'm trying to make is Myanmar is really difficult. Myanmar was, I will say, Myanmar was really corrupt. Right now, the people not particularly fighting, to beat the corruption, just for their freedom first. because the most majority of the people, they they supported the democratic system, the democratic leaders, and as most English-speaking communities around the world, they know that China has so much influence over those corrupt officials of Myanmar, especially the top military leader of Myanmar, Min Aung Hlaing. Not because he is capable, not because he is bright, not because he is really, honestly, sharp and courageous, but only because of his stars on his shoulder. They can use him as a puppet, like a puppet, the toy, to play. As you hold the strings, you can play the way you want. You can let him dance, you can let him jump. That is China wants from him, Min Aung Hlaing. And those all leaders under him, the military. So through that process and through that honestly, the path Myanmar was now under this state of affairs. The people are so not really educated, well educated, and enough educated relative to other like neighbor nations, but they are starting point. You have to be educated, to be open eyes and open ears across to the wall, and to be in the step to catch up, like at the same level as fast neighbor nations, then to the wall stage. But it was broken by CCP and its corrupt businesses in Myanmar. So, yeah, here I would like to say that to international community, Myanmar is really striving as much as it can, as a country, as a whole, the whole people, except those corrupt, illegal, and criminal persons. I say that corrupt, illegal, and criminal, like the same as U.S. right now. Then those people are standing against on the other side, standing against the people, standing against the against the EAOs. So there's two sides in Myanmar: the military, under direction of CCP, and associated, combined with criminals, and the people, and the EAO who wants freedom and democracy, and the real progress of Myanmar nation. So it's a great fight, and going on, and it's longer than I calculated, longer than I expected, longer than I envisioned, because the leaders were not well experienced or well educated to manage and to lead the people and the strategy. That is one weakness. The other is the shortage of weapons, munitions that people need. Last time I think I spoke it in Burmese version or English version. I don't remember clearly. Sorry, sometimes my memory is blank. Whatever. So that the point is, like last time I said that there are two options to finish this situation ASAP. Is one condition is there one option is there is any availability for the weapons, and the people were warned, in 2 weeks, if they have enough weapons, EOs and PDF, if they have enough weapons, this situation will be ended in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, after getting those enough weapons, munitions. And the other option is if China stop, okay, so we will stay behind. Just make sure Myanmar, yeah, uh, our interests and our businesses are protected. Interest, it is not clear definition. Interest, businesses. I will say businesses, not interest. Our businesses are protected. Then the EAO and the NUG, the shadow government, if they if they give warranty, with certain conditions, there are controllable conditions. Uncontrollable conditions like a natural disasters and other uncontrollable things, they don't like. It's kind of insurance, kind of insurance. If they give some degree of insurance to China uh, for their investments and businesses, I would say more specific, legal businesses and legal lawful businesses and legal lawful investments. Yeah, warranty or insurance for their protection. So you stay, you hold back, stay there, and stand there. Don't come in there. Don't come in. Don't come in here in jail involved in Myanmar affairs. Then China stop their intervention in Myanmar. It will be over. The people will win in 2 months because they don't have enough weapons to fight the really powerful terrorists like military. So that is the situation. So here, after that, right now, the experience watching those situations about U.S. secretaries' hearings, it really provides, really invaluable, experience, education, or learning experience for those Myanmar people who wants to be leader, who will be candidate leadership. No, that's good experience for them to learn from U.S. So with that, U.S. situation, there are certain things I hear from watching those live hearings. One is the complaints about, honestly, some communities the fear of some communities, they are afraid to go out and will be caught by the ICE troops. Yeah, see, the leaders, the state leaders, the governors, and the local enforcements, ICE, even the president announced clearly, who they are chasing after, the illegal immigrants. It doesn't matter they commit crime or not. As soon as during the press conference at the White House, the first press conference at the White House, the press official, the lady said, since they came across the border without any documents and legally, that violate the immigration law, and since they violate the immigration law, they are criminals. So it doesn't matter they commit crime or not. Those who commit crime, they will be punished worse. But arresting and chasing after the criminals, as I illegal immigrants, all the same. But I am really, I have empathy and sympathy for them because I myself had the same experience, not in US, but when I was in Japan. I stay in Japan, overstay, expired visa. But at the same time, I had real situation like political affairs. And even I had a time like in this situation, the illegal immigrants being chased by ICE troops, the same condition. Well, some of my friends, the same overstay, overstay means expired visas. Yeah, the overstays, they were arrested by the Tokyo immigration police. And our friends somehow call us, okay, the police were coming to the apartment. So you guys stay away from the apartment, or go away from the apartment. And we stay away from the apartment, and we were not arrested. But that was one time. And later I got married to the Japanese lady, and my visa immigration status changed. And after that, I had the opportunity to study in the U.S. with 2 years sponsorship, private sponsor for my expenses and courses, as well as 2-year full sponsor from the school at that time called Risk College from Idaho. Now BYU Idaho now, from that school, like with my intended major, pre-law and political science, pre-law and politics. That was my major at the time if I were admitted and successfully traveled to US. But my visa process didn't go through, so I failed to honestly move forward in that path, studying in US. And then at that time, I had the immigration issues. That was the first time. But the next time after I got married to the Japanese national, like my wife, and then my visa status changed, and my visa became active and legal, and then I went to BYU Hawaii and studied there 4 years with a bachelor's degree graduation. And that is just a brief, the situation. What I mean is I have empathy and sympathy for those who are really in difficult situations, being sent back to their home countries. The situations are really chaotic and struggling. Like Myanmar, some of those countries in South and Middle America, their countries may not be as worse as like my original country, Myanmar. Myanmar, one of my friends says, Myanmar is not known to many people. Most people don't know Myanmar, where it is, what country is that. If we say only, close to Thailand, then they know Thailand, and close to Thailand, next to Thailand, then they understand. That is quite a shame for us. We feel ashamed for that. And only 5 years or 10 years, it was starting to be known in the world community, and just moving the first steps to the right direction. But it was caught by the evil and almost being destroyed by the evil, particularly by CCP, Chinese Communist Party. Especially, I would say Xi Jinping and Wang Yi. Wang Yi paid many visits to Myanmar. Whenever there is really serious issue, he just fly to Myanmar and talk to those people. EEOs. EEO means like the in Shan State, those was Chinese groups in Shan State, and to Myanmar Online he talk. And then he is managing. He is the manager of the stupid, corrupt leaders in Myanmar. So, here I would like to make some points about Myanmar as as a member of global community, including U.S. I know U.S. is really now in good time, led by the right leader. I mean, and not only right leader, but also strong leader. The President Donald Trump, and he is trying to go, make a team. The team players. They are capable. They can be trusted, and they can lead together to where they want to go. And that is the situation. And in helping Myanmar, I don't have any complaints blocking those diversity scholarship funds, $45 million. It is his opinion, his choice, and his decision. Nobody can complain, and nobody should complain. Nobody should not complain. Nobody should complain. Okay, my English sometimes crumble. It's okay. So that yeah, Myanmar is now really thriving, and the people are really doing their best efforts. Really struggling, doing their best actions to beating the corrupt, illegal leadership, terrorist-like leadership of Myanmar. Not official leadership. He was not elected by anybody. He just take up this chair by himself, make himself as president or, how do I say, prime minister or chief of command or whatever. He is like a, like Hollywood movie star. Just changing the uniform, he becomes anybody under the uniform. That is what is happening. Quite joke. Yeah, that is from international eyes, in the eyes of international community, really educated and professional community. But they don't know in those for those corrupt leaders. And then just one thing for Americans, especially President Donald Trump, to be aware and to be careful is Chinese leaders, Xi Jinping and Wang Yi. They are stinky. They have some bad smells. If you get close to them, you will smell the stink. And if you touch them, the stink will touch to you. That is what I like to say. If you touch and work together with them, the stink will come to you. And your reputation, your life, your integrity will be damaged because they are dealing with those corrupt leaders of so many countries and then doing the bad things. That is my point I would like to make. And if possible, if there is any chance, I would like to call for your help and call for your assistance and support to the people who are trying to repair the almost, honestly, broken country to be rebuilt with integrity, with good reputation, and with a bright future. Yeah, it's difficult for them, but they are still doing it. They are hanging in there. They are resilient. They are persistent. They are confident. And they are bold and courageous. They are fighting. Without enough weapons. Think about that. They are really striving. That situation is different from Ukraine. The level of strike. I know it's kind of like a not even second World War level. The fighting is not really advanced fighting, but still it is fighting. So, yeah, my point and my appeal here to you, President Donald Trump, and in his cabinet, all concerned departments, please help Myanmar as much as you can, and let Myanmar get out of Chinese influence. I request you in behalf of the people of Myanmar and also as a member from this Myanmar Review and Rebuild. Yeah, we are also just one part of the supporters who supports to the people's side. We don't have big power, we don't have big energy and forces, but we are doing as much as we can, to let Myanmar get out of Chinese influence and stand by itself with good friends, with good partners, with good workings environment in the international society. Yes, and that is from starting from that point, like learning from these experiences, watching those hearings. It's good educational and learning experience for Myanmar people, especially for those who wants to be leader in the future. And in here, hearing some like watching those hearings, some leaders, I really know that, understand that. That questions, some questions are appropriate and really, how do I say, positive and how do I say, professional as well as related. They are really related questions, not unrelated, relevant questions. But some people they ask some questions. Those are uh, professionally and legally with a position. Kind of, you can even say I can even say irrelevant, not relevant questions. Just to trying their best to protect their interests. Not to blow up their hidden histories. Some people they are doing that. Yeah, that is what I think. I'm not honestly claiming, and I'm not any filing any suits. I have no documents. I have no hearing. But that is how I see it. That is how I feel about those hearings. The point, like the immigration issue, even from my standpoint, I understand that not only the Middle America and Central America and South American in the U.S. There are many people from many different countries, including China, maybe from Myanmar or Burma and India, and from or like Middle East, from Europe, from Africa. I don't know from which countries those people are crossing the border. That like normal people, you cannot separate. Nobody has horns. I am this guy. I am that kind of person. They are all persons, human being, and some of them may be like not maybe. Some of them are criminals. Not all of them. Some of them are like normal common people. Some of them are spies. You don't know. They are trying to take advantage of America's goodness. Yeah, that is like my point of view. Some people who had interest in the past administration, they may not agree with me, but it's okay. This is personal opinion. You know, I don't have any impact, any influence to anybody over any institution or any organization. I don't try to influence, and I don't intend to influence. Just sharing my point here in support of this administration because I believe that they are going to do good things to this country as well as to the people of this country, and that will like it's not lifting the boat by itself. It's like raising the tide, lifting all boats in there with that. Not only Democrats raising the Democrats, not only raising the Republicans, it's raising the whole U.S. nation, not only domestically, also across the world. The people of U.S. Yeah, it's for the good of those people. So I believe that, and you know, it's if you did bad things in the past, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. If you did bad things, the consequences you will receive. Accountability and responsibility. These are really crucial, critical, and vital principles and uh, by the things in public, especially in public administration. Private businesses, there is not that much big factor about those things, but in public affairs and in public offices, that is really crucial. So yeah, what I like to say here is that I see those things. I feel really sad in the last administration. Just simply the first thing is quite obvious thing is the how to say the prices, the living cost. Before in like about 7 8 years maybe, at that time, yeah, we bought like a dozen eggs back, a pack of a dozen eggs. It is like a $150 and 180 US dollar. I mean like a one no 150 150 $1.50, $1.50 or $1.80. Now in the last administration, it's $3, close to $4 a dozen pack. This is the eggs, because I don't always eat meat. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's we don't have enough money, you know, to buy those meats. That's how I feel. And then I was afraid to talk openly, what I feel, what I see, and what I'm uh, feeling inside, because I'm afraid in the environment. That's my real feeling. I cannot openly say anything. You know, I know the situations and the laws enforcement and other things. Yes. So I really like to make the right things. I'm not supporting uh, this government because it is a Republican. I don't really have any separation or any favor to any particular, how to say, party, a political party or political association. I'm not a member of any parties. But who is the leader? What he will do, and what are the visions and policies of this specific political party? Like during Clinton's time, you know, there are two books I read, and Putting People First. That is one book I read. Most of them, the whole book, almost the whole book. And another book I read is We Are Right, They Are Wrong, the campaign, with a bald guy. Uh, we are right, they are wrong, or they are wrong, we are right, or something like that. Those two books, really good, clear, what they are going to do, like the same as Donald Trump. This is Democrat, not Republican. At that time, the Republican is, I think, the George Bush. George Bush was a kind of was a joke for most political communities. He is really strong. Personality is strong, I think, but his the method he handled the thing is a little bit, out of the box. I would say those kind of things. And then after that, George Bush, after Obama and George Bush time, Obama, he is young. Yeah, he didn't have much really senior, like a senior politician, not much experience, but his personality, his activities, and his visions, his policies were really good, and people supported that. Together with a change in U.S. leadership culture, I think the first time for a black man, to be the leader of the country. But during the two terms, like 8 years, there was a rumor going around in the air too, socialist. You know, most policies of Obama's are like a socialist, giving away kind of thing. That was going around by heart, I remember. But better than George Bush. That's what I felt it. Yeah, when I came to office, he had to clean the mess left by George Bush. That was sad. Yeah, that kind of thing. The point I'm making here is, it is not about Democrat or about Republican. It's who is the leader. What they are going to do for the country and for the people. I gave one example that the Alaskan the meeting in Alaska with Tony Blinken and the Chinese delegates envoy there. I feel quite ashamed in a weaker position, as a loser position. I don't know the workings behind the scenes, why it happened in this way. And also, just recently, like last month or last month, in this, like in 2 months, I saw some pictures from YouTube, some clips. Biden and Biden's sons are, associating with Chinese people. I don't know for what and for what reason they are associating. It's quite suspicious. So, yes, these are the situation. Like for a country, it's good if you let loose the illegals and criminals and the community. It will how do I say? It will collapse. It will collapse like Myanmar. Myanmar is almost collapsing now. But they have a really, how do I say, good heart people fighting the evil in Myanmar. Otherwise, it's already collapsed. The first thing is the corruption, rule of law. During Biden's time, I cannot say correctly it is rule of law from the point, the criminals are letting loose in the community. I said in some comment that right now, because the ICE is chasing those criminals and arresting them and sending them back to their home countries, and in some communities, like in the air, I heard that some communities they feel fear, even though they are legally here, but they are afraid to get somehow associated with those hooked to those like criminals. So, but the point here is, the fear they feel, that is honestly not wrong, it's correct. Not should be fear, should feel fear, but it's like the fear comes from the things they did before, the consequences. The fear they feel is the consequences, not the cause. The cause is the criminals and the criminal acts. That is the cause. Cause and consequences, cause and effect. The effect. So if, okay, my view, this is not my view, not legal view or professional view, personal view, common sense. If the people who came across the U.S. border illegally, even though they came in U.S. illegally, if most of them, I mean like a majority of them are making, like a good living, working hard, following the rule as much as they understand, and doing good contributions to the society or to the community they are in, and then, there, I assume there will be no such, honestly, deportation issue will come up if they are doing good in America, doing good for themselves as well as for the country they live in. Win-win, mutual benefits, mutual benefits. Now the situation is different. The border is completely, totally open without exception, totally like a really blank open, and coming in any person, any much without any limitation. Then not only that, that is okay. America needs population. That's why it's giving out, how many visa, 100,000, no, 500,000 lottery visas or something. America welcome immigrants. America was built by immigrants, has been built by immigrants, also still being built, Americans, and will also be being built in the future as well. They are welcoming, international, global, experts, specialists, professionals, skilled labor. They are welcoming. The fact here, the critical fact is what they will do if they do damage to the country, to the law, and to the people. And think about this. Will you accept, happily a criminal in your home who will be destroying your family members and stealing your things and damaging your property? Will you accept in your home such a criminal? Think about just common sense. That is the point. So that is the consequence. That is the result of the cause, the effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. Yes, consequences. That's why. That is my understanding. I'm not professional. This is not professional view. I admit that. But this is my personal view, common sense. I believe that. So, and then there are some officials. Definitely now there are some officials are now trying to blowing the whistleblowers coming out. They are so afraid to be revealed, to be exposed. Their crimes or their violations, and then they are trying to, keep safe of their past activities. It is. Yeah, I don't want to say yes or no to those issues. That's not my issues. I just see it's unusual. That is the way some really smart people, they think, okay, they will stay in that position forever and a day, if to be extended forever and a day, like Bon Jovi's song, honestly, Bed of Roses, forever and a day, like that. So, there, it's quite, how do I say, challenging issue for any society, for any community. It's never ending issue. The thing is, yeah, sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, low and down, and yin and yang, negative and positive, always opposite. But there is a saying to, in you or in me, there are two forces always competing, according to Jack Canfield in the book called Aladdin Factor. In the book called Aladdin Factor, Jack Canfield wrote, there are two forces competing in anybody, the bad force and the good force. If you feed the good one, the good will get stronger and beat the bad one, or he will strong and you will be a good person. If you feed, or if I feed the bad force, then the good one will be defeated, and the bad one will become stronger, and you will become a bad person. that is the way the same looking to the national affairs as well. There will always be criminals. Never go to zero criminals in U.S. But you know, the community or the society at large, if they support to the good one, the community will become good, strong, and prosperous. If the people at large support the bad ones, the evil will rule, and the community will be destroyed, and the prosperity will never be seen. Only this tiny group of people will take advantage of the poor and educated people. They will sit on top, making the rest kind of slaves working for them day to day, hand to mouth. So, to international, to conclude this presentation from Myanmar Review and Rebuild, I make so many comments to those hearings, supporting the good ones. Even in the good person, sometimes there may exist some evil or bad, feelings, even in a good person, even in a good leader, sometimes, based on the situations and based on the environment, based on the timing. Yeah, I can understand that. But as Abraham Lincoln said, you cannot fool the whole people all the time. You can fool some people only for some time, not always. As much as we do the most good to the most people, that is acceptable, that is congratulatory, that is we pay honor and respect. To do the most good for the most people for the most time is the ideal, the most we can expect. Yeah, the same thing for Myanmar and Myanmar people. Never expect perfection, perfect in the leaders, perfect leaders, perfect situations. But if you feel the most good for the most people for the most time, that is acceptable. So there will always be criminals, there will always be bad things. As long as the good thing try to contain the bad people and the bad activities in a box or behind the bars, or sometimes execute them, that is good enough. So, okay, we will study. So Myanmar, I support Myanmar people and for their struggle, and I hope for the good results at the end. And until then, I will be and we will be as Myanmar Review and Rebuild, contributing as much as I can. Let me be clear. I don't hate any individual, any persons. By their birthright, by their birthrights, like the skin color or the religion or the ethnic group or the race or the where they are born or where education, how much education. I don't discriminate those things. I only look at their actions, the effects of those actions. It may be Kachin, Kayin, Kaya, Mom, Myanmar, Yakanshan, anybody, and even Chinese Myanmar or Indian Myanmar. I don't really care. But for immigration law, it need to be serious. To prevent potential dangers to the country and to the people. And also another thing is that I discriminate anything, but I just only look at those their actions and their intention, and then the direction they want to take Myanmar and Myanmar people to. If their destination, if their vision, if the place where they are trying to go is good, and if they are doing good, and in good situation, be an example by action, not by words. That would be good. I hope that is enough for this. And so I will be presenting four books to Myanmar people using in Myanmar language, because I would like to make them to be a better people, a better society, and getting ready for or for the place they want to go. That is democratic federal democracy union. If the people are bad, where or whatever their intention or the destination they want to go is good, it doesn't matter. If the people are bad, they cannot reach to the good place. They are destined, they are bound to be going to the bad place because they are bad. So if they are good people and are really honestly respectable and honorable people, yeah, and they will definitely be going to the good society, being respected, will be respected by the international society. That is why I'm going to share them. There's the Seeds of Greatness. Seeds of Greatness. There are 10 chapters in that, written by the Seeds of Greatness, written by Dennis Waitley. Dennis Waitley, this one. This is the book, the first book I'm going to share to them, the Seeds of Greatness. So I want the Myanmar people, know about those things, learn from those things, and then try to become like those things. So that will help them to become a good people. And then the next book is the Tribes. And the Tribe was written by Seth Godin. Seth Godin. So this is about that group, like now President Donald Trump and his cabinet. Good people, good leaders. They just pop up and stamp out from somewhere, during the time of crisis, because they can't stay quiet, and they can't let these things, be as it is. So they stand for the right and for their ideals, and they can't stand looking and watching as a bystanders, watching those awful atrocities happening around them. So those are about the tribes. Yeah, these are the natural leaders, I will say, because they are not elected by anybody. They are not proposed by anybody. They just came out and lead the group, yeah, of the same, like-minded people, and contributes to the or the common people, do good things to the society. This is about the tribes, and there should be many tribes like that in Myanmar, in my expectation. And the third book is Leading the Leaders. This one, Leading the Leaders. So this is a really critical for them, how to manage smart, talented, rich, and powerful people. It says how to manage smart, talented, rich, and powerful people. Leaders, there are many people, like I said earlier, the Secretary of Defense, the Director of FBI, CIA, etc., and many, honestly, senior officials in President Trump's cabinet and administration are young and not really seasoned leaders, but they are still leaders. President Donald Trump put trust in them, and I hope President Trump is correct about them. And that's why, in those hearings, there quite challenging questions being thrown at them, and they have to answer them. That is called like how to manage smart, talented, rich, and powerful people. The people they lead, the people they are going to lead are more powerful than they are, and more smarter than they are, more talented, and honestly richer than them. Still, they are the leader. They will show the direction, they will show the place, and they will manage along the way. Yeah, that is how the leaders need to work with those who are stronger, better, much bigger than them. That is the third book. And the last book is uh, Victory Secrets. Let me show you. The Victory Secrets of Attila the Hun. The English people, especially the American leadership, some leaders might be familiar with this book. That's a book. After giving them those three books, like Seeds of Greatness and the Tribes, and also Leading the Leaders, and in between, after that, I will give them 1 minute salesperson, 1 minute salesperson book, a little tiny book. It will prepare them mentally, psychologically, and their even philosophy will change. Different perspective it will give, I believe. The 1 minute salesperson, and after that, the last one is this book. They need to be courageous. They need to be bold in their actions. Whatever they chose to do it. Do it 100%. Give 100% force in what they are doing. That is the plan. And I will be starting from coming week. Coming to live broadcast, giving them like 1 hour each day. Talking in Myanmar or in Burmese about the chapters and the learning materials in those books, giving to Myanmar people, so that I want them to know at least. After they know it, and if possible, if they understand it, and it is their choice, their freedom to employ it, to use it to their advantage, or to ignore it and just let it go. And the way they want to live the way they have lived. That is their choice. But my desire and my wish is they will learn from those things, and they will employ them in their daily activities, and getting themselves prepared for brighter future Myanmar. So that is my message today. Yeah, please help Myanmar. Please help Myanmar people, and please help Myanmar in their rebuilding future. Thank you, and see you next time.